The purpose of my visit to Japan is given the great interest in Japan to play an international role to promote the concept and the idea of preventive diplomacy and peacemaking, and to establish in this country a strong support base for that idea, and to encourage Japan to develop interest and cooperation in this field. The word itself, preventive diplomacy, can be quite confusing, and in the agenda for peace, Boutros Ghali, Secretary General of the United Nations, the preventive diplomacy is seen as pre-conflict prevention. It's interpreted as preventing a situation before violence occurs. Unfortunately, when it goes on to talk about what needs to be done, it talks about peace enforcement, which is the use of military force to prevent two warring factions or two warring parties from fighting each other. Our concept of preventive diplomacy is non-military peacemaking before violence occurs. We feel that before two warring parties come to fight each other, a lot can be done to get the two parties to talk to each other, to develop a framework for reconciliation, for identifying of issues, and for conflict resolution, to take a non-military role. And it is really to encourage that process of non-military peacemaking, which I would like to emphasize. The first point is that to understand that conflicts today are no longer so much interstate conflicts between two countries, but internal conflicts within a country. Therefore, one has to identify the potential in each one of the specific countries for violence. There are about 32 civil wars at the moment. Most of them internal conflicts of an armed character, which are internal to a country. Therefore, we need to understand why these conflicts may begin to grow over time, and develop systems of monitoring not only the existing conflicts but potential violent conflicts which are likely to emerge in the future. So first thing then is to get a pretty good idea of regions of vulnerability and the potential for violent conflicts to emerge. There is a lot of knowledge about this in the global networks and researchers. The idea is to get this research and the ideas together in one place. And then the second stage, of course, is to also develop systems which can intervene at an early stage in trying to do something about that. Now that could take, as you know, in most of these cases, it could be nationality or ethnic conflicts within a particular configuration. It could be conflicts over resources, over oil or resources like rivers, etc. And it's very important, therefore, to talk to governments that and their policies, and to show that perhaps their policies may be creating more the conflict. One needs to have third parties who can talk to governments, talk to other parties who are having grievances against the government, and try to find how these issues can be settled around the table, and provide advice on how this can be done, provide frameworks under which these parties can begin to discuss these issues in a peaceful manner.